Hey guys, we are here, Tobias and Tue at Ant Farm Studio, and hopefully you did watch episode 1, how to track and mix metal drums, because this is episode 2, and this is how to track and mix metal bass, and we are actually working on what is becoming a song, I think. Now we're gonna track the bass and talk about which choices we make. I think coffee is needed.
Yeah, let's get coffee and let's get bass.
Yes, I get the coffee, you get the bass.
Okay. I came prepared.
Now there's coffee, and you have a bass, yeah, and your face, and actually a little cookie maybe, or a brownie. Which one do you like, both or just one of them? We can have half each.
Yes.
Just to be indecisive, and then I can touch everything. So, why this bass? It's because this is the only bass you have, or?
Because this is the bass I have.
Okay.
But it actually does sound pretty good.
Yeah?
Basses will sound very different, so everything we say about this will have to, have alterations for other bass guitars. Active systems, active EQs, pickups and everything makes a huge difference. But this is a nice sounding bass that have actually been used for a few records as well. I did a setup where I'm doing two things. I'm running the bass through the Spectre drive and straight into the computer.
Okay.
And then I'm running a parallel signal through this more like overdrive pedal, which goes into the amp and is playing through an amp cap in the room in there. The reasoning being, the Spectre drive, I don't like to mix totally clean DI bass with distortion. I like the clean to be sort of clean, it needs to sound clean, but also sound like an amp. Yeah. And the Spectre drive has a shitload of options as far as that goes. I have it set in a clean mode now, I think. It has some drive, but it doesn't have Lemmy drive yet. I'm gonna do that with the pedal next to it.
Yeah.
Which sound like. And then when you mix the two,
that gets a little Lemmy edge.
Yeah. The distortion track I use to shape with an EQ where we have room for it once we get the guitars in there. Then you can get that piano string type sound and still have all the low end, which you can hear now. But you at the same time have all the dirt, and you have it separate so you can just mix in the amount of dirt you want.
I like it that it's a little clingy, knowing the track. I think a Jack Gibson Exodus type of bass would suit it. Yes. And you are a pick player.
I'm a pick. I'd say I'm a guitar player. And
so not so much fretless with finger technique?
No, I could play this with my fingers as well, but I think the sound that you get from the pick will suit this, what I'm looking for in this track, much better. One advantage that finger players get is for a riff like this. Yeah. Whenever you get these notes, your finger will automatically mute the low E string. And playing with a pick, a lot of times it'll sound like... And that sounds horrible. And it's completely useless. And I hear that in tons of tracks that shitty bass players play, because you really need... So you'll see me play it like this.
So you are muting?
No, I'm not a big fan of... I like the strings to be ringing. I like that ring of a bass string. Okay. But I'll play it on one string rather than... Because these two notes going really shitty together.
I don't love that so much.
No. But not being a bass player, I'll do my best. Maybe cheat it a little bit afterwards, because I'm not going to waste your
But
time.
now you have a lot of treble on. Is that normal for?
Yeah,
when you
because
track
that's
bass?
when. Yeah, I mean, once you hear the guitars around it, you'll definitely hear that goes away. Or I will have some tricks to take care of it. If you're worried about the actual pick sound and like this sound, I have a way of getting rid of that.
I guess it's easier to remove treble than it is to find it in a muffled bass.
Yes, definitely.
So that's kind of the trick, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Shall we jump into it?
You mean actually record the bass?
Yeah.
We can.
Show me what you got.
Okay. Now we got to count in.
Surprise.
That's how new this song is. I don't even know.
The toms are like crazy loud in the mix.
That's good. Nu nosser jeg i det. Nu får jeg angst over, at der er kamera og alt muligt på.
Hold nu. Sådan en gammel bassrotte som dig.
Ja. Almost good.
Sounded pretty good to me. I mean, the chord sound is great, and I mean, maybe there's a bit of fixing. I don't know.
Yeah, if we take a listen to it.
So we're having two tracks here,
We have this one,
which is what?
the Spectre drive,
Okay.
directly
Yes.
into
Alright.
the computer. And this one going through the pedal
Yes.
and together. And I'm feeding both things into a multiband compressor.
Are you
I
running it to the same bus so
Yes.
it becomes the same output?
Yes,
Of course.
but I don't think it's actually doing it. It's not. It needs to be louder. Everything always needs to be louder.
Punch it.
And then that clicky thing you
I like
talked
that.
about. Yeah, but if you don't, because sometimes I hit the bass too hard and you get all these clicky, annoying noises that can, with some setups, can be like crazy loud and annoying. So I always make sure that I compress, if that is the case, compress the high band really hard so that those clicky noises will always be the same, will never rise above a certain level, but will, on the other hand, always be there at the same level, because then you can just like control that band, how much of click, 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 or clang, clang, depending on what kind of sound you have, do you want to hear. And then you can, even when it's much too loud like here, it's still not annoying in the sense that it's controlled. It'll never like gets away with like 20 dBs extra for some clicks and not for others. It's always the same, so you can control how much you want it to be part of the overall sound. And I do like that part of the sound very much.
But I like this type of metal bass sound where it's treble-ish and distorted without being too distorted, because sometimes I find when you distort the bass too much, the low end disappears and it becomes flat, so to speak.
Yeah, but that's also why I keep the the Spectre Drive sort of clean, because that way, I mean, if I end up not liking the high end of it, I can always do a low pass and then just get rid of all that information, and I will always have a clean, nice, smooth low end that I can. I mean, my distortion track here doesn't have a lot of low end. I could work with that by itself, but it wouldn't really have that smooth, like, where you feel it, at the bottom of your trousers, and that's the only place. But I can always get that from the Spectre Drive.
I think this works well. Should we round up this tracking session by having a look at the cab and the mic that you have chosen?
Yes.
So tell me what you got here too.
An Ambec cab, 8 10-inch speakers. Sounds amazing for everything. I tried to just get the half size with only 4 speakers in it, and I thought, well, since I'm only miking 1 speaker, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But it does matter. Size matters. Sorry.
And why this microphone?
Because I'm really looking for the guitar part of the sound, the overdrive, the clingy, the ringy part. I'm not really looking for the low end, because I have that from the DI signal for the Spectre Drive. So I'm looking for that extra I blend in to get that distortion part of it. And 57 is great for that.
I think that was the bass recording.
I hope so.
And now we need to get rid of the Q guitar. So this concludes how to track and mix metal bass, I think we call it, which was our episode 2. Stay tuned. Soon there will be guitar in your face.